Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming to the 100K special. I have a very, very special guest here. Now, I know this 100K special is a little late, but this guest is a very busy man, and he's got a lot of stuff to do. I'd like to welcome everyone to Todd Haberkorn being on the channel. Todd, say hello to the Frieza Force Elite subscribers.
Hello, Frieza Force Elite gang. Thank you for your patience. I'm glad to be here. Woo!
All right, so, okay, everyone, leave your questions here for @Todd Haberkorn, the English dub voice of Natsu and Jocko, and myself for my next Q&A, Ask Away. And I said, ask us anything. And the first question is from Imperfect Cell, and he says, Jocko, what is your opinion on Cell? And what's the biggest perk of being a voice actor? Mark, answer this one as well, but why don't you go ahead and go first, bud?
Opinion on Cell.
Your opinion on Cell.
Well, if we're talking about the movie starring Jennifer Lopez, it was creepy. In the DBZ world, the thing about it is everyone has it amazes me when you have a show like that where you have to have such a drawer of characters, like so many different characters that each have to have their own personality and their own look. And so I just stand back and take it all in when we work on these, when we work on the episodes, because you know, it's a legacy that has been going on much longer than I've been a part of it, and I can't say a bad word about anybody because I'm so happy to be there. The biggest perk of being a voice actor, I would say getting to portray roles that I would never be cast as in an on-camera way is the most fun for me.
I think that's a really good way to word that as well. My opinion on Cell is definitely one of the most interesting characters that Toriyama has ever created in the realm of Dragon Ball. Being able to take bits and pieces of every character, villain or good guy, and bring them into one just fierce foe is, in my opinion, a really imaginative concept for a villain. And I think my biggest perk of being a voice actor is I get to become someone else for a brief period of time. And someone that I may not be in real life. Like, you know, I just recently recorded for a fatherly figure for a big visual novel coming out called Bloody Chronicles, and whenever I was in it, I was a mafia boss. I'm a ginger guy in real life. I resemble nothing mafia boss, even though I'm actually 75% Italian. So it was really cool to be that. So I think becoming someone you know you're clearly not is a cool little escape to another world of life. You know, you get to bring a character to life. It's really cool.
Yeah.
All right, so another good question for both of us is from a good friend of mine named Joshua Powell. What's up, Josh? How did you both end up becoming VAs, and what do you want to do with voiceover and acting? What was your reason to become one?
Voiceover kind of came to me by way of audition. I didn't seek it out. I think it's when I got into it, it was kind of a different era in the sense that it wasn't something that everyone was necessarily aware of or that everyone wanted to do. I feel like everywhere, when I get approached by fans out and about in public, that's kind of one of the questions they ask is, how do I get into that? Mm-hmm. And it was never my ambition to become a voiceover actor. I just wanted to act. And so when I got my start, I was acting in every other medium but voice acting. So when it came to me, I really like it. I enjoy it very much, so I'm happy to stick with it. But it wasn't something that I sought out because I really didn't know much about it.
I've actually heard from multiple actors that I've met through my journey in voiceover of very similar stories. When voice acting came to America in the late 90s, guys, it wasn't a very popular thing. A lot of these actors fell into it because their agents told them to go audition for stuff, I've heard. So, I mean, it's not crazy what he just said. I've heard that many times. It's actually kind of, it's very believable. I believe it fully, but I'm really glad you did because you've brought me countless hours of entertainment. So thank you.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, I'm happy to do it, man. I hope it keeps going.
I don't see you going anywhere anytime soon. You are AAA quality, man. As for me, guys, I was a 12-year-old, 13-year-old kid. I had seen Cowboy Bebop and heard Steve Bloom do Spike Spiegel, and when I heard him go bang, I instantly went, I want to do that. Steve Bloom is a humongous inspiration to me, as are actors like Todd and Vic and Sean and Chris Sabat. I could sit here and name a ton of voice actors. Just safe to say, I'm very inspired by a lot of people, and what made me really want to do it is what I said before. I like becoming characters. I was always the kid in school doing voices growing up, and now the fact that I get to do it on YouTube and video games and stuff for a living is really cool, and I'm going to be out Texas soon trying to bump shoulders with all these big guys and hopefully work with them soon too. So 2018, I'm coming to Texas, guys.
See you in the booth.
Oh, dude, definitely, brother, definitely. Really funny question for you. One more from Josh, and we'll field this one a little quicker. Silly question. If Jocko was to get Lord Frieza's credit card, what would he buy?
Oh my gosh, that's a good question. I think anything Elon Musk has made, and then probably anything Ben and Jerry's has made.
Okay. I think if Jocko was to get Frieza's credit card, he'd probably go buy a bunch of ships and stuff and new armor and new gear and guns and stuff, and then, just put it all on Frieza's card.
Yeah, you know what? And when you have an unlimited credit limit, that you can totally do that. And really, at the end of the day, Frieza, he probably deserves it at some point.
Yeah, he probably does. He's kind of a bad guy. I mean, There's another voice in the back of my head that kind of wants to resent that right now and fight back, but I'm holding him at bay. All right, so there's rumors that Jocko is Frieza's son. Is that true? It's been an asked question that nobody's ever got an answer to.
Well, that just depends on if Frieza's kind of like the motley crew of groupies, meaning like he's got a little Frieza on every planet. That might be an interesting exploration.
So he's kind of like the Quagmire of Dragon Ball Z.
Maybe, because it's always the one you least suspect.
Exactly. You got Quagmire. Yeah, I got a kid everywhere I go, and then you got Frieza over there. I don't have any children. I thought I was asexual. What?
Yeah, see, and that's the perfect alibi. So that might possibly be the way that goes. I don't know.
It is very possible. SSJ Jameis, that is a great question, but I'm sorry, I'm going to have to skip it because we already fielded it. Todd, what was it like to finally get to voice in Dragon Ball by Joe Gaffney?
Well, it all started years ago with Android 19.
Okay.
And it was fun. I just, I was excited with the prospect of getting to work with all the people that I respect and look up to in voiceover and that are friends. So it was nice to just get to play with everyone. So from that aspect, it was a whole bunch of fun in addition to just being part of the Dragon Ball world.
Oh, nice. Yeah, dude, I can only imagine how great that would feel, man. That'd be amazing. Heck, dude, if they're still dubbing Super whenever I get out Texas, maybe one day, and if they're still, who knows how long Super will go, maybe one day a boy can dream, right?
That's right.
All right, so here's a really good question that I would love to hear your answer on as well. CL Vegeta's Pride, a very close friend of mine, actually asked both of us, how do you prepare yourself to get into a voice that you're recording for?
I think, you get into the mindset of what you did for the audition, because a lot of times by the time you get around to working on a project, you've done probably 100 more auditions since then. So refreshing that. And then just making sure you've at least talked a little bit before your session so your voice is warmed up. But it just depends on the session.
Yeah, definitely. I think one of the bigger things is, like you said, you want to make sure you've talked a little bit. I like to hum a little bit because that uses a lot of your vocal cords and really kind of loosens up any phlegm that's in there. Don't brush your teeth right beforehand. Do that at least 20, 30 minutes beforehand as well if you really want like a clean mouth, because that can make a lot of clicking noises, and the audio engineers, it's a pet peeve of theirs. But I think what I really personally do to get into characters, again, it depends on the character. Like he said, sometimes you do these auditions and these projects don't even get into the recording phase for months. So sometimes I find myself going back and listening to my audition for stuff. But I imagine for you don't have that opportunity in the studio sometimes. You kind of just have to remember, kind of. So what I do is I talk as the character, like he said. I usually try to find a couple catchphrases to get into character. Like whenever I want to do a Joe Swanson impression, I usually just go, "Hey, Peter, I was wondering if I could borrow your lawnmower." Like that kind of stuff right there. It kind of helps you get into character.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, what is your biggest pet peeve that people do?
Biggest pet peeve, and I could break that down and by industry.
Well, just like, I don't know, just like one you think what's one you run across more regularly?
When other actors that I barely know, I meet people in the like at the airport or something like that, and they'll, they will let me know that they are actors, and I've just met them. I don't even know them, and they're like, essentially the equivalent of, "Can you get me in?"
Network. Yeah, that's not the right way to network, though. That's like the worst way to network.
Yeah, I don't like that. So that's probably one that I get often, and I am not a fan of that.
Yeah, I I actually would not even be able to sit here and say I can kind of relate to that until the last year of my life with a bit of YouTube success. I have come across that as well. Probably nowhere near the amount that you do, but I can actually understand where you're coming from with that. Like when you meet people, it's always like they kind of want something from you, like they expect something, or they think you can help them get like to mass success, and it's like I can help you grow a little bit, but like I can't make you into this super great actor and get you tons of roles and stuff. That all falls on your talent and your craft, you know?
Yeah, I think there's a way to do it in the sense that if you're friends with someone and they're at a certain place in the industry or whatever respective industry, that yeah, you can have that conversation where it's like, do you mind? But it's like it's got to be someone that you know.
Yeah, build a friendship a little bit before you go and ask. Like, for instance, like let's say like me and Todd became friends or something. I still wouldn't go and ask you like, hey, can you get me an audition at Funimation unless I knew you for a while, man. I would feel like one, I want to earn it, and two, I just don't think it's a good thing to do it like that. You got to really know someone. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, so here's a good question. I want to go to this right here, Jocko/Todd. Do you ever find yourself doing your pose when you get your picture taken?
It depends on if I'm wearing a purple and white jumpsuit or not.
I would actually pay to see Todd posing like Jocko in a photo.
I think I need to investigate that Halloween costume.
Okay, listen, dude, you need to do that, and when you're done, you need to send me that on Twitter or something, okay? I want to see this, and I'm retweeting the hell out of it, okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so, okay, to Natsu and Frieza, what would you do if you switched powers? Okay, let me just get in. Natsu, you say. So you're the fire-breathing dragon, gentleman, right?
Okay, yes. Hold on, let me find Natsu really quickly. Hey, Natsu?
Yeah!
They have a question for you. He's over here, he's kind of fixing the AC unit. I know it's weird and ironic because, like, he works with fire, but he's fixing the cool air. It's a long, complicated story. Hold on.
Okay,
Hey, what's going on? Yeah!
All right, so Natsu, I, Lord Frieza, by the way, Emperor of YouTube and the Universe, could kill you. I was told to ask you, what would you think if we switched powers? Now I am Lord Frieza. I am of the Frieza race, and I can blow up entire universes and planets with the point of a finger. And you shoot fire from your belly, I heard?
I shoot fire, yes, I eat fire, and I can also clear out any Las Vegas buffet, even if it's 2 miles long. So that's one of my abilities that doesn't really get talked about very much.
So you're saying you have a bottomless you're sounding more and more like the monkey Goku as we speak.
Well, listen, I mean, great minds, great stomachs, they act alike.
He does not have a great mind. Maybe in battle. Do you know how stupid he is?
Well, you know, we're really more of LinkedIn friends, so maybe not.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna opt out on trading powers with you. Your friend, what was your friend's name? The ice guy? What was his name again? The blue head guy? I forget his name.
Oh,
was it Gray? Was it Gray, I think?
I don't even want to mention it. Begins with a G, ends with a Ray. You got it.
Well, he's got ice powers. I think I'd rather trade powers with him.
Well, you gotta go topless because he loves not wearing clothes.
I'm naked all the time. This is working out more and more as we speak about this.
Oh, well, sounds like you found a winner.
All right, get back to fixing your air conditioner, you fiery guy, all right?
All right, here I go.
All right, everybody. Well, you heard it there. Frieza and Natsu are not trading powers, but Frieza and Gray are totally down. All right, so let's see here. For Frieza, what do you want to rule the universe? Why do you want to rule the universe? And for Todd, do you have fun being the voice of Jocko? Well, Frieza, you're gonna have to answer this question, Frieza. I can't answer it for you. Okay, all right. Why do I want to rule the universe? Money, women, power. Zarbon's a man. We're not gonna go there, but we've been there, and I go there weekly. You know, it's just I like being in charge, and I like to do whatever I want to do. And if you don't fall in line or follow suit, you die. So, Todd, what is your favorite part of being Jocko, though? What's your favorite thing about being Jocko?
That I get to kind of be the one that stands on the outside and watches all, you know, Vegeta and Goku really deal with the main issues of the series at that time, and I get to kind of be I get to buzz around and help a little bit, but mine's more of the kind of colorful commentary, I would say.
I enjoy you as much of the comedic relief. Is pretty great.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and also I occasionally getting to hang out with Whis because I really like Whis.
Yeah. Oh, and Ian Sinclair does a fantastic job as Whis, man.
Yeah, he's really awesome.
Jason Douglas as Beerus is great too.
Oh yeah, very nice.
One more question for Natsu though. Who do you think is stronger? Acnologia? I'm guessing that's a villain or someone in Fairy Tail. I'm only up to episode 30 in Fairy Tail, Todd, so please don't be upset with me.
Acnologia, yeah.
Okay, who's stronger, him or Lord Frieza? Audacious, one of my awesome Twitch fans that comes to all my streams and one of my subscribers over there. Thank you, Audacious, for the continued support. I got your question answered here, bud. Go ahead, Todd. Who do you think is stronger? Or, excuse me, Natsu, my apologies. Who's stronger, Acnologia or Frieza?
Well, listen, Acnologia really beat the hell out of my dad, so if anyone can kick my dad's ass, I'm gonna have to go with that rat bastard. Now, I hear Frieza's pretty powerful, but having not seen it with my own eyes, I gotta go with that bastard that I mentioned in the first place.
Oh, you guys heard it here live right there. Boom, that's his answer. He thinks that Acnologia is stronger than the Lord of the Friezas. All right. We'll field a couple more questions before we finish this off, guys. I'm kind of scrolling through trying to find something. Here, a question by Big Cheese. Isn't Todd the same VA for Ling Yao? Yes, he is. That's actually one of the first things I got introduced to the realm of Haberkorn of what's Ling Yao.
That was my first cosplay, actually.
Oh, you got to send me a picture of that. I want to see that.
Yeah, we did that for ASIN one year when we were announcing that I was going to be part of Full Metal Alchemist. That was cool.
Oh yeah, and I loved that. That's in my top 5 anime, and in my opinion, in the top 10 English dubs of all time.
Oh, right on. Very cool.
Oh, that definitely top 10. That anime's English dub is wow, dude. Everybody
it was
worked
great.
on it.
It was a great series.
Absolutely. All right, so here you go. Okay, Todd, how can you voice Natsu, who's a badass, and then jump to the voice of Jaco, who's a wimp?
Well, to jump to the voice of a wimp, I simply go back to my early elementary school, high school days. Even though I got in lots of fights, it was still, I was the Asian kid. In one of the schools I went to, I was the only Asian kid. So.
Oh, really?
That world, yeah.
I'm sure that brought a little bit of good and bad.
Yeah, it was interesting. It was during a time when I tried to watch wrestling to fit in with everybody. So I learned a lot about The Rock at that time.
Do you smell?
Yeah,
I actually just watched Moana yesterday with my girlfriend. It was great.
I have that. I just need to watch it.
Oh man, you need to watch it. I'm going to be doing a song cover of "You're Welcome" by Dwayne Johnson. It was so
cool.
good. Definitely looking forward to doing that. And one last question for you, Todd. Let me find a good one here for you. Okay, all right. No, we gotta ask Natsu this one, and then we'll do Todd one. Okay, so Natsu, do you prefer Lisanna or Lucy?
Well,
the fangirls are watching, Todd. Be careful.
Everyone always wants the forbidden fruit. And after 276 times of saving Lucy's life, she still won't go on a date with me. So I'm going to have to stick with Lucy until I get that first kiss.
I actually am rooting for that a lot, too. From the first 30 episodes, I already think Lucy's best girl in Fairy Tail. Okay, all right, and let me find one more good question for you here, Todd. Okay, here we go. This is actually a really good question. There's some depth to this one. I like this. Todd, do you find that certain aspects of one of your character's voices seep into others, or do you try to keep them different?
Well, I try to keep them different, but at the same time, I get cast for the roles that I get cast as, and people want X type of voice. So it's like, although I like to, do a little vocal gymnastics, if people want me to play 3 different high school guys that all have similar attributes, it's kind of going to be the same type of voice, and what's going to change about it are the environment, the situation, the characters around them. But in general, I mean, it just depends really on the casting of it.
Yeah. I mean, and no matter what, as an actor, a lot of the times when we get cast, most of the time we get cast with roles that are kind of closer to our normal voice for the most part. And every single voice actor, no matter what you have, or no matter how much you change your voice, everybody just has that certain thing in their voice. What's the word I'm looking for? Their mannerisms, how they say things. You can pick up on it. Like sometimes you can pick up on, like, oh, that's Todd, or oh, that's Vic. I can hear that in his voice. You can't mask it all the time. Sometimes it does kind of bleed through a little bit. It happens.
Yeah, it's just, well, I mean, especially with my voice, I've been told, and it's not upsetting to me, but it's just, I have a particularly idiosyncratic voice to where it's a weird voice. It's just a weird voice. And so it's not a neutral sounding tone where it just you can't pick it out of a crowd.
Yeah.
And that has good and bad sides to it. So that's what I am constantly kind of battling with in a sense. So it's again, good and bad.
Yeah, I myself have a very mid voice, so I do a lot of stuff that, is up here and then I drop down here. Like I'm very mid, so I kind of go either way. So for me, it really fluctuates. Like,
yeah, you have a voice that is very nice and fitting for commercial stuff, because
I do a lot of commercial stuff actually.
Yeah, because it's a neutral voice, whereas my voice, it's got to be a very particular commercial, simply because it's your voice is able to marry nicely with all the other elements of a commercial.
Yeah.
When you hear my voice in a commercial, and the ones that I've done, it's like that the voice almost kind of pulls you out of it a little bit, because it's not a normal. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. A lot of the voices I do for video games and stuff are usually tough guys and villains.
Yeah,
because I did that deeper area usually, and I notice you play a lot of the really higher pitched voice guys, and that's because you said your voice is a little naturally higher.
Yeah, it's good, the good with the bad.
Okay, now I promise I'm not making this up. It's kind of funny, but I do got to commentate on this. I'm friends with Vic as well, and we email sometimes. We've talked not so much this year too much, because I haven't really sent him an email. I need to send him an email just saying hello, sending some good vibes his way. But whenever I first got into voiceover, 4 years back, I did a lot of demo making and stuff, and then about 2.5 years back, I got my first real good pro demo done, and I've since got other ones made. But when I got that first one, I wanted critique, and Vic was kind enough to email, and he's giving me advice and stuff in emails, because we ended up getting in a PS4 game together, and I just reached out and said, dude, I'm so honored to be able to work with you. And then I asked him to critique my demo, and he actually compared me to you. He said I reminded him of you with the way I did my character voices. He said, you sound like Todd, and I'm like, I sound nothing like Todd. He said, no, not your voice, how you act. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, that's a good thing then, right?
All right on. Well, hey, look, I'm just glad to know I'm on his mind.
Oh, well, you guys are really good friends IRL anyway, so that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, he lives down the street from me, actually.
Oh, please tell me you torture him with shenanigans, please.
Well, that's the thing is, he's never home. He's always out at a con, so I have to time my treachery strategically.
All right, well, that's awesome. And everybody, I would love to keep Todd here much longer, but I really can't, because I know he's a busy man. So I want to thank you all for watching so much. And Todd, I want to thank you so much for coming on the channel. You're awesome, man. You're a really awesome guy.
Thank you for having me. It was an honor.
Oh, and definitely, guys, once again, Todd does have a YouTube channel. In the description down below, there's a link. He doesn't upload that often because he's really busy, but he does plan on doing more content. He's got some really funny skits over there. He's done a spot-on recreation of the Logan running in the forest scene that you need to check out, because Todd looks really epic doing it. You guys need to subscribe to him. Go show him some love. And Todd, thank you so much again for coming on, man. You're awesome.
I appreciate it, dude. Thank you. Have a great rest of Sunday.
We will see you guys down the road. Take care.